Good morning. It's 9 a.m. I know, gay people, and it's 9 a.m. But this is something new. I'm going to talk about LGBTQ plus stuff and get our week started right. So get a cup of Joe. Oh, you know I love me some Joe. Colombian roast at its best. Yummy. Anyway, we have some things to talk about. It's going to be a great week.
Gay boys, hashtag that girl. Sunbeams, drag queens, L-word. Is that girl, the girl of all agree? She's everything that every girl should be. FayWhat, South Beach, hashtag that girl. Pride-filled, T-dance, Wilton. Is that girl, Latina, but she's universal too. If you find a girl to love, only one girl to love, then she'll be that girl too. That girl.
Good morning, LGBTQ plus South Florida. Good morning, world. This is the first gay weekly morning TV show in the world, and I'm FayWhat. I'm all about our community, and I want to talk about our interesting world. We have people to meet, we have events to attend, and it's time to plan out our week. You may have noticed, I'm a girl. We call it a lesbian. And you may have also noticed that we don't rule the gay boy world yet. But that's okay, because I'm a gay boy too, except, I have my piece in the top drawer of my night table, So, as the FayWhat show develops, you are going to agree with me that everyone in the L, the G, the B, the T, and the Q community have way more in common than the things that separate us. I'll be here with special friends every Monday at 9 a.m. to start off your week, and I'll be inviting special guests and other friends to make our time together lots of fun. Next, gay boys. I am one of those lesbians that just adores my gay boys. I can't live without them. But let's face it, this is an LGBTQ plus show at 9 in the morning. Yes, they're asleep. So if I want the gay boy perspective, I have to go to where they're at this time of the morning. So take the coal out your eyes, because this segment is called Gay Boys Sleep Late. Where else to fish for them than while they're still in bed? This morning, we're joined by my guy pal, you know who I'm talking about, model and performer, Damian Lenore. You can find him on Instagram right now at Return of Babylon. So let's get in bed with Damian. I know you gay boys are jealous, as gay boys sleep late. Good morning, Damian.
Good morning,
¿Cómo
Faye.
estás, mi amor?
Oh, I'm just happy you brought coffee.
Oh, I know. It's really early, I know. But did you have a good weekend?
It was good.
Yes?
It was good. How
yes.
about yours?
Good. I'm kind of burnt still from last week's Pride, so I was trying to even it out this weekend. It didn't go so well. I'm going to try to work on it.
You make
this
it work,
weekend.
though. You make it work.
You think so?
Absolutely.
Oh, my God. I had the only farmer's tan. Sexy farmer's tan. Let's go. That's fine.
That works.
All right. So, what else is up? How's the coffee? Is it okay?
Oh, delicious.
So it's a Colombian roast. No cocaine in it or anything.
Okay. All right. Good.
I got to
Good,
make sure.
Good. I don't want to go back to rehab.
No. We don't want that at all.
Eight was enough.
You're too hot. You're too hot to be in rehab.
Aw,
You
know
know,
what to say.
I know exactly what
You know
you're too
just
hot
what
for
to say.
rehab, Damien. So there's a lot of interesting things that we're gonna all talk about this week in the LGBTQ plus community. Damien, let's kiki on some of them right now.
Let's
Cool?
do it.
All right. So first, out teen pop performer JoJo Siwa has said that Nickelodeon didn't invite her to attend this year's Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Award, even though its organizers nominated her for an award and used her music during its ceremonies this weekend. So kiki number one, was JoJo not invited to the Kids' Choice Awards because she's LGBTQ and got a butch haircut? What are we all talking about?
That's really messy.
What do you think about that?
I mean, that's really a shame because she's kind of like Nickelodeon's.
Yes.
Like their vibe 100%.
Yes. Like when you think of Nickelodeon, you think of a JoJo Siwa persona. Like, you know, she's happy, she's bubbly, she's always smiling. She used to have like this great big ponytail with a huge big bow on it. And it started like a crazy trend where every little girl wanted to have these big bows in their heads. I loved it. I'm too old for that, but you know what I mean. I thought it was cute. So then she comes out as LGBTQ. She has the first same-sex dancing in Dancing with the Stars. Remember, we talked about that a couple months ago.
Yes.
And then she got second place. She didn't win, which she also got robbed, maybe because she's LGBTQ. So then she comes and now she cuts her hair like super short. Some might call butchy. You know, I think she looks super cute and she's got a great face for it, but it's a huge extreme, you know? So it maybe doesn't fit the Nickelodeon kind of vibe anymore. But is that grounds to not invite her to a Kids' Choice Award? I mean, that's where they invite everybody and they throw slime on you, right? Yeah.
So maybe it was like a Jennifer Grey kind of thing when she got her nose done.
Jennifer Grey, for all you folks that are young as hell, right? She was in Dirty Dancing, which was a movie that's old as hell.
That's old, yeah. I'm like dating myself by even mentioning
No,
that,
well, she also, okay, so all other people that are around our age, you guys have seen Ferris Bueller's Day Off, right? Well, she was the sister.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, so Jennifer Grey, like she was like, you know, everybody was talking about her after Dirty Dancing. She decides to go get her nose done, right? Because she had like a, you know, I thought her nose was fine before, honestly.
Yeah, it was
you
cute.
know?
It was fit her face.
Had a little thing here, I get it, you know, and whatever makes you happy, you know? So she gets this nose job and then all of a sudden, all her jobs kind of shrink away. They kind of go away. And then she just doesn't become the star that everybody expected her to be. I don't think this is going to happen with JoJo Siwa.
I hope not.
I don't
Because it's
think so.
hair. I mean, it's hair. It's hair.
It grows back.
But it's like, why would you not include somebody in this award ceremony who's like a total big deal over something like a haircut?
Yeah,
And that seems like there's more to it than that. Like, it's like homophobic.
I hope there isn't more to it.
I hope it's,
you know?
that's not the reason.
So Nickelodeon, here's advice from FayWhat. Okay, blame it on somebody. Say that it was somebody's fault, that they forgot to invite her, and then fire them, give them some money to go away, and call it a day. It's in your best interest.
And give her a new show or something.
And
Maybe
give her
that.
a new show
Yeah.
or something. Next, recently in the Reddit community, Ask Gay Men, a user asked if it was strange that he was very attracted to men with bald heads. So users were quick to chime in saying how much they loved kissing, touching, and seeing a smooth, bald head. From The Rock to Jason Statham and Patrick Stewart, okay? Some people just look better bald. Kiki number 2, bald and the beautiful. Do we like bald? What are we all talking about?
I like bald.
You like bald
Yeah.
men? Okay, but if you were losing your hair, okay, here's the issue. I've got some friends that are, you know, about a certain age, right? And you don't get to choose your male pattern baldness. You don't get to choose where it happens.
Yeah.
You know, and so I've got friends that have done that awful thing that they start trying to do the cow comb over, where they're trying to like use some of the other hair to like comb over the spot. And I have other friends that will color it in with like powder or some kind of stuff.
Fiber spray and
Fiber
stuff.
spray, right?
Yeah.
So it kind of looks like hair. It's a lot of work. And if it rains, you're screwed.
Yeah.
All right? So why not just go bald? Like, is it like do you think it would be like a fear from a man's point of view to like cut all their hair off?
I think it depends on the person. You know, some people have the head shape and the bone structure and the facial features to be able to rock a bald head. And some people don't. Like, it definitely it isn't everybody's best look.
But you don't know until you shave it all off if you've got that crazy head dent from like when you were 10 and fell off something, you know?
Kind of feel around and be like,
Can you?
You know, am I gonna look good bald?
I can't, I think better bald than having crazy hair, you know? But at the end of the day, whatever makes you happy. Like,
Of course.
if, you know, if you've got the money to go get the hair plugs, and I don't even know if that's even something that somebody uses now. I'm thinking of like, you know, the 90s commercials that they used to have back in the day,
Yeah.
you know? But there's, you know, technology is huge. There's
They've
got to be
come
another.
a long way with that too.
Okay, so if you've got the money to do that, then do it. If you don't, then go bald. People love it.
Yeah.
You
It's
know?
sexy. And confidence is always sexy.
And confidence is always the best accessory, I think.
And like being clockable of having a comb over and like you're trying to hide your bald spots and stuff like that, that comes off as not confident.
Yeah.
Shave your head. It's not what we know. We can look and we can see a comb over and we're clocking it. So shave your head, it's sexier, team bald.
Yeah, seriously. And the thing is that gay boys will call you out on it. They will say, like, that comb over is not working, buddy. What are you doing?
If they're good friends, they will.
If they're good friends, they will. Yeah. You know, and those toupees, they never really look like your own hair.
Ooh, yeah.
They just don't. So bald is beautiful. They probably do have some good ones now, but like, yeah.
Bald is sexy.
Bald is beautiful. Do it. Own it. Next. When Neil Broverman, the editorial director for print at Pride Media, and his husband, Robbie Pierce, were on a train this week with their 2 beautiful children, they were approached by a fellow passenger. On Twitter, Pierce posted, quote, "Well, that didn't take long. We decided to take a trip on Amtrak with the kids for spring break. 9 hours into a pleasant ride, a man was suddenly standing next to me, shouting across me at my 6-year-old son, quote, 'Remember what I told you? They stole you. They're pedophiles,' end quote." Kiki number 3. Gay dads and their kids harassed and called pedophiles on Amtrak. What are we all talking about?
Could you imagine?
I can't imagine. I can't imagine. It's like we forget how much hate and ignorance there still is in the world. You know, like we really do sometimes live in a bubble. Like, you know, I'm always constantly telling people on my Facebook feeds and stuff like that, hey, if you live in one of those crazy towns where they don't let you be you, move to South Florida, move to New York, move to San Francisco, move to Chicago, move to places where we have our own neighborhoods. Where you'll be protected and safe and you'll be around other like-minded folks. Okay, but not everybody has that avenue and that ability to do that. Okay, so these 2 men are on the Amtrak with their children in middle America, and someone has the audacity to scream across a train car and call them pedophiles and tell them that they stole the children.
And he's telling this kid, remember what I told you. When did he get that kid alone to tell him that?
Yeah.
Because that's like pedophile behavior too. Let me sneak this kid aside and start like whispering shit in his ear about his father's, like, and I gotta say, like, if I was in their position, they're better people than me because I don't know if I would be able to control myself from twisting his head off like a bottle cap.
Oh my God, well, I would be, hubby, grab the kids, go to the next car. I got some stuff I got to take care of real quick. You know? I mean, and then we're in the wrong because then we're the violent gays, right? Because we can't do that either. You know, then it's my word against his, and then there's, I don't know. It seems real messy.
In some situations, I would be okay with being the violent gay.
Wow.
Because it's like, you think you're gonna walk on me? You think you're gonna put doubts in my child's head about my intentions as a parent?
Or scare my children?
Could you imagine? Now that kid is like sitting in bed like, why did this man talk to me like that? Like,
why did he say you stole me, Daddy?
Yeah, could you imagine?
And no, even worse, how do you explain to a child what the word pedophile means? Are you freaking kidding me?
Like, why are you even saying that to a kid? Why are you saying that to a kid? It's like the what's the word I'm looking for? Entitlement. Mm-hmm. There we go.
That they're allowed to say that.
You can just walk up to someone's kid and even speak to them, period, let alone sit and talk about your parents are evil, your parents stole you, your parents are going to molest you or whatever. It's disgusting.
I hate like Republicans and all those crazy people that love to use words like pedophiles and groomers when they talk about the gay community. Every single study that I have ever read about child abuse and about child sexual abuse is done by whom? Not the gays, my people, straight white men.
Yep.
Next, Andre Lamoglia. Lamoglia, I like that last name. How would I sound? FayWhat Lamoglia. No, I don't think it would go. All right, so he's one of the stars of Netflix's Spanish teen soap Elite, and he's been accused of stuffing his shorts, Damien, or using body doubles in sex scenes. He insists that isn't the case, and that he is not stuffing anything. Is stuffing a common practice? Do cock rings and push-up bras count? Is that like living a lie? Kiki number 4, setting the record gay. Have you ever stuffed your package or bra? What are we all talking about? What do you think? I mean, in your line of work, you are an incredible burlesque dancer. You have one-man shows. You have shows with other people. It's all about the end, you know, for me. No, it's all about the whole entire journey. Like you come out with a wonderful outfit and then by the end, you're in very little. Have you ever stuffed?
I have not.
Okay.
And even
see, Damien doesn't have to stuff. Okay.
Well, here's my thing. It's even when I was a stripper, for me, you know, like a lot of my coworkers were cock rings and that's on them and whatever, but I didn't want people to be so focused on that. I wanted them to be focused more on the performance. So it's like, okay, maybe it's a little cold in the room or whatever. I don't really, I didn't care about that. And I still don't, and I don't care enough to like stuff anything in my pants or to whatever. But that being said, you know, if you are on a television show and you're presenting a fantasy to the world, because performance always, whether it's TV, whether it's burlesque, whether it's drag, whether it's stripping, whether it's singing or acting or anything, you're selling a fantasy to people.
You are.
And you want to make sure that fantasy is in line with what you're trying to present. You want it to be perceived the way you're trying to put it out.
And much more exaggerated and much more like something that is maybe unattainable. So it has to be like that dream-esque kind of deal. So you want to present that. Okay, but that's a show. How about real life? Okay, like strippers. You just reminded me of I went through a stripper phase. I couldn't get enough of them.
I love that for you.
Thank you, Scarlett's, for allowing me back. They told me I couldn't go there for a couple of years. But dated quite a few strippers. And, you know, how we went to bed was not how we woke up. Let's say that, you know, where the lashes were on the night table. You know, they didn't have eyebrows anymore. The tracks were taking out their hair. You know, they looked completely different. So is that false advertising?
I don't think so.
No.
Because we're all exaggerating ourselves in one way or another.
We're all in drag,
We
sort
are
of.
100%, it's all drag. It's all drag. I mean, I draw my eyebrows on. Like, I'll fill them in if I know I'm going to, like, be in a show or a photographed or something like that. You know, I'm not going to roll out of bed, not do my hair, not do my eyebrows, not moisturize my face and put something under my eyes. You know, it's like you're trying to put your best self forward. And you need to exaggerate sometimes more, sometimes less, depending on what you're doing. If you're a stripper, especially a female stripper, you know, look at these music videos on TV, look at these performances at the VMAs and everything. You're trying to keep up with these exaggerated figures that have, you know what?
That are unattainable, really. Like those bodies that you're never gonna have.
And it's like all the money that they have, the teams of hair people, the teams of makeup people, they all have wigs on, they all have lashes on, they all have a full contour beat on their face and everything like that. And if you're selling sex appeal, you need to compete with that because people are going to a strip club to see an idealized like this, because everyone has a different ideal,
of course,
but an idealized version of a person that you would be attracted to.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
And
you know, we're not, you know, we're all strippers in our own right, you
100%,
know, like, so why
100%.
not be the best you? And if it makes you feel good, you know, like we said before, self-confidence is the best accessory. If it makes you feel good, then wear it, you know?
Absolutely.
If it makes you feel good, like, you know, I know women that wear strap-ons during the day, like inside their pants, and that makes them feel good.
Yeah.
Okay, work, be you.
Whatever helps you get your confidence, you're going to exude that confidence to the world.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not doing a show without a beat on. I'm not going to not put on eyeliner. And the one time I did, I didn't feel as fierce when I was on stage, because it's like armor. It's that armor that makes you feel strong and confident and everything. And whatever that is for you, whether it's a strap on or fake eyelashes or tracks in your hair or eyeliner or drawing your eyebrows in, wear your armor, feel your confidence, like feel yourself. It doesn't matter. Who is anyone to judge anyone for that?
Exactly. So if you are packing, if you're not packing, we're obviously still watching. So it's all good.
Period.
Finally, a 47-year-old gay man recently wrote to Dear Abby asking why straight men didn't want to be friends with him. Abby explained that straight men might feel insecure, threatened, or afraid of being thought of as gay by association or something. So Kiki number 5. Dear Abby is old school, but a gay man turned to her for help. What are we all talking about? Dear Abby, like I'm embarrassed that I didn't even know she was still alive. Like Dear Abby is old school for me. Like I remember being a kid in Passaic and the newspaper, right? Those things are still around, right? Newspapers,
I think
right?
so.
Okay. And Dear Abby was like in there, you know? And I could even recall maybe in the 80s or 90s, somebody asking about a gay neighbor and her like jumping and being an ally. You know, you would expect an old white woman from wherever she's from to not really get the gay culture or not really stand with us. And from any time that they've ever asked her anything to do with the LGBTQ plus community, she has said, I'm all in, I'm good, you know? So I love that this gay man asked her. I mean, you know, so many other people you could have asked, but I love that you asked, dear Abby. Like, so let's think about the question. Do you have gay male friends? I mean, straight male friends?
Yeah.
You do?
A couple.
Okay, and they know you're gay. You're out to them because you're out to everybody. Have they ever felt uncomfortable? Was there a conversation that needed to be had? Like, there's this misconception, and it's not straight people's fault. It's a brainwashing that's been done to you from a very long time ago, so I'm not gonna say that it's your fault. But many straight people think that we are just attracted to anybody that's our same sex. You know, so like I get so tired of like when straight men will come around with their wives and be like, "Oh, be careful, Faye, she's mine." Ha ha ha. I don't want your stupid wife. You know, why would you think that I wanted your wife? And maybe if I did want your wife, I'd get her. But not the point. We're not talking about that. So
I don't want your stupid wife. Keep her.
But you know what I mean? I don't mean to say stupid, but that's just something that's very common.
Yeah.
That is very commonly said. Or watch out, Faye's coming. Like, you know, come on, we're not attracted to every person that's our same sex because we're gay and lesbian.
And we're not predators that are looking to like vampires in the night come and like steal your men and women. Like, come on.
He's coming with a girl. Can't wait to like feel her up in the bathroom. I mean, that's not how it goes.
It's like that insinuation of like a predatory nature that they think like all gay people have. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And 90% of the time, like, I don't want to get too graphic, but it's like, I only know from gay men, we have a higher standard of hygiene when it comes to certain areas. Mm-hmm. So do I want to get close to some like dirty, not washed, like straight boy ass or something like that? No, I'm good on that.
No,
you know what I mean?
No, yeah. No, I get it.
If I want to floss my teeth, I'll use floss.
That's it. No, and I get it. That makes total sense. And that's just maybe, you know, we've come a long way, but I guess we haven't come all the way yet, you know, and at the end of the day, that's an insecurity with a straight person. It usually never has to do with us.
Yeah.
You know, it's insecurity with them. Like, you know, I can't even imagine someone I don't want to hang out with him because then somebody else will think I'm gay. We have to hang out with straight people all the time, and people don't just automatically, that doesn't make us straight.
I don't want to catch straight. Oh no, I'm not going to hang out with you. I don't want to catch what, like, we're not contagious.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to turn gay from hanging out with us.
Yeah.
You should be so lucky.
Yeah. Listen, if you want to make a gay boy, if you want to make straight friends, if you need that in the quota. You have everybody on the quota except a straight boy. You'll find him somewhere. And if not, get more gay boy friends then, you know, and that's it. You'll be good. You're not missing out. You'll be okay.
Yeah.
Okay? Or I'll lend you, I have a couple brothers that are straight. Send me an email and I'll hook you up. You guys can be pen pals. And there, you can say you have a straight male friend. All right? Next up, Damien, we are gay after all. So let's talk about some fun things that will help us get through the week. The radical religious, well, they call it queer as a negative. I love that word, by the way.
I do too.
Governor Ron DeSantis, he calls it Don't Say Gay. At the FayWhat show, we call it the gay agenda. Lip Bar. Wow, Lip Bar has been fire lately. So Lip Bar is on Wilton Drive, and Lip Bar has become one of our favorite places on the drive. It has an eclectic schedule and crowd that offers something for everyone, actually. That's why tomorrow we're excited about the National Poetry Month reading featuring Queer News Tonight's anchor and our friend Greg Shapiro, as well as Julie Marie Wade and Dustin Brookshire. Make sure to join them as they say gay with their poetry from 7 to 8:30 p.m. Event number 1, get lit at Say Gay Poetry on April 19th at Lit, the gay agenda. What do we love about this?
I love that there is so much interesting, diverse forms of entertainment that are happening in Wilton Manors right now. Mm-hmm. Like, I live for that.
Yeah.
And they're saying gay.
I mean, and I love poetry. I love spoken word. You know, our community is so talented and so fabulous. And we have so many different talents. It's not just, drag shows and stuff like that. You know, we have a lot of talent. So I really look forward to this poetry reading. But I also, and I love that the theme is, say gay. Yeah. You know, be who you are authentically. Scream it from the highest mountain that you can. I love that. And can I give kudos to Lit also? Because, like, they're they're like hitting all the boxes, okay? They've got a women's night on Wednesday. You've done some shows there. On Friday, they do drag race viewing. Like, they've got something for everybody. They really are embracing the community. And it's not, it's, again, not just party. It's also chillax and talk and listen to poetry and get cultured.
Yeah, it's vibey there. They have that outside area. They have games to play. And you walk in there and everybody's like chilling.
Everybody's
which is
having
really cool.
An awesome time. Go there on Sunday, right? Girls, single girls, go there on Sunday. All the softball girls, they go there after their games. So, inside note, I'm married, I can still look though. So, I went there a couple of weeks back, and of course, FayWhat carries the biggest purse ever, everywhere she goes, because God forbid I forget something. Like, oh no, what do you need, girl? I got it. What do you need? Face wipe? I got it. You need a towel? I got it in this purse, don't worry. Oh, you gotta write something down? I got a planner for you. I got it all in this purse. Wow, they were playing the big Jenga outside of Lit. And what girl walked by with her big purse and crashed?
So you lost.
I wasn't
You weren't
playing.
even playing anymore.
I wasn't even playing. Damien, they had been playing this for a good 20 minutes and I messed up their whole entire game. Thank you, Peter Basuito, for not kicking my ass right there because I deserved an ass kicking for that. But I love Lit. Go check it out next time you're in Wilton Manors. Next, so on Friday, this Friday coming up, 6 to 9 p.m., check out a special art exhibit featuring the art of Kenneth Kahn at the Pride Center. There's going to be drinks and light hors d'oeuvres. Proceeds from the silent auction will benefit the Dolphin Democrats, the Pride Center, and Women in Distress. Event number 2, Pride Center and Dolphin Democrats. Art exhibit on April 22nd, The Gay Agenda. What do we love about this? I love the Pride Center.
Yeah, Pride Center is awesome. And look at all the culture that's going on. We have poetry going on.
We have
an art show going on.
Yes. And why is this so important? For so many different reasons. I love the Pride Center, but the organizations that the proceeds go to are near and dear to our hearts, but they should be near and dear to all of your folks' hearts as well. The Dolphin Democrats, they're out there. They're getting people to run for seats that need to be filled by LGBTQ plus people and our allies. This is, midterm elections are coming up and a lot of decisions are going to be made soon. Voting is our biggest tool to fight. This is, you think you're voiceless? That is your tool. That is your armor. That is your weapon, is to vote.
Absolutely.
And the Dolphin Democrats are all over that, and they've got our backs for that, so we need to support them. And Women in Distress, that helps women that are in abusive situations and are in situations that they don't know how to get out of. Women in Distress is there to help them with shelters and housing and just so many different services that they offer. So if you're around the area, go to the Pride Center, enjoy the art exhibit on April 22nd, because it definitely is for a few very good causes.
Absolutely.
And it's art. Get some culture.
We love that.
We love art. Sadly, our next event isn't a lesbian party. I so thought it was a lesbian party, all right? Don't make fun of me. At least not just the lesbian party that I thought it was. It's tacos. But that's even better, right? Because who doesn't love tacos? Not those kind of tacos, lesbians, the other kind of tacos, all right? April 23rd and 24th at Miramar Regional Park, we'll be celebrating with the Florida Taco Festival. There will be over 25 taco and food vendors, a giant margarita bar, lucha libre wrestling. Do you know what that is?
It's the masks, right?
And the wrestling, and they're all lubed up. It's awesome.
Okay.
Live entertainment and a whole lot more. So for more information, go to miramarparks.org. Event number 3, Florida's Taco Festival. I got excited for a second. I thought it was those kind of tacos, but still other tacos that I like. April 23rd and 24th, The Gay Agenda. What do we love about this?
I love tacos.
Oh, favorite taco. What's your favorite taco?
I like the pastor with the ham and the pineapple. The pork and the pineapple.
Ooh, nice. Yeah. Anything goes well in a taco.
Literally,
think about anything. Like leftover turkey from Thanksgiving, you got leftover chicken, you got some hot dogs, chop it up, Spam, whatever. You
it's
can
a
throw
texture
it.
thing.
Yes, throw it in a tortilla. Something about it that you could just throw it in a tortilla, throw some cheese on top of it, some tomatoes, and you're a happy person.
And it's a handheld food. I like that.
Yes, it's on the go. We're busy, right? And so here at the Taco Festival, they're going to have a bunch of different tacos, and a big margarita bar for all you, alcoholics out there in training. And so you'll love that. And it's going to be a lot of fun. All about some tacos, but I really still thought it was, Those kind of tacos.
I mean, I'm sure they got a couple of those too.
I hope so.
You just have to look a little harder.
I'll look a little harder, no problem. Next, this is the taco party that I should have been excited for. The ladies of South Florida are taking over the Eagle in Wilton Manors on April 23rd, starting at 3:30 p.m. for another ladies' tea dance. I think this is our third or fourth now. So the group Signal 2 is performing live, and Melissa is flying all the way from Costa Rica to sing for them. Event number 4, the ladies' tea dance at the Eagle is back. Get your harnesses ready. April 23rd, the gay agenda. What do we love about this? You don't need a harness to go in. I just said that, just playing around. It's the Eagle, Damien. Yeah. Tell me what the Eagle is all about.
So the Eagle, when I think of the Eagle, I think of leather circuit bar. Mm-hmm. Like butch. Men, butch, trade bar, that type of thing.
And they have the Eagle in other places in the country, and they're all the go-to leather bars, and people love them, and you don't really think about women in these places, in these spaces. They're not going to turn you away, but you just kind of know that it's not your scene.
Yeah.
So for the Eagle to just open up their doors again, for now the fourth time, I want to say this is the fourth tea dance, to open up their doors to us in such a way. And I've got to tell you, I went to the first two, and Damien, I felt so welcomed. Like, I just didn't think it was like, there's like a secret room in the back of the Eagle. You know the room, right?
I've heard things, but I didn't know that was happening.
Yeah, right. So when I went there, I was like, so why isn't anybody in the room? And the girls were like, what? There's a room? And I go to the bartender, are we allowed? And he's like, of course. The whole place is for the girls today. I was like, what? Work. Let's go to the back room. Nothing happened, but at least I was in there. So go to the Eagle, girls, if you are in town. Next, we talked about the girls, but now we have one for the boys. The Lambda Men's Brotherhood, and they're raising funds for youth education with a pool party at the world famous In Leather, or you can also say infamous In Leather. Join them from noon to 5 p.m. on Saturday the 23rd for this clothing optional charity pool party. Admission includes food, music, and a whole lot of fun. And there are drinks available separately. Event number 5, the Lambda Men's Brotherhood gets natural by the pool for Earth Day weekend. The gay agenda. What do we love about this?
I mean, I love an occasion to even out my tan lines for a good cause.
Listen, look at this. Like, Miami Beach Pride fried me. you know? And I know one of the organizers, a good friend of mine, David, and I'm like, hey, can I come? He's like, everybody's welcome, please. Like, you know, it's not even a thing. And there wasn't even like a hesitation to it, which I loved.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
amazing.
When I think about, you know, when I think of clothing optional parties, when I think about leather parties, I always think that women are not included and they're not welcomed. And that sucks that I feel that way, because 9 out of 10 times is the truth though, you know?
Yeah.
So to hear the Eagle, to hear the Men's Brotherhood, just kind of say, no, man, you're part of the community. Come on through, leave your clothes at the door. Hell to the yeah. And again, for another good cause.
Yeah.
Children's education, I mean, you know, LGBTQ plus history is not going to be taught in many schools, definitely not here in Florida, unfortunately, you know? So history is just so important. If we can get the education to these children, however it needs to happen, you know, and the Men's Brotherhood, the Lambda Men's Brotherhood is definitely doing that. So pool party, get your tickets, food's included. You don't need to worry about what to wear. I don't know, that sounds like the perfect party to me.
Who could ask for more, honestly?
Next, register for the Pride Center's 6th annual Run Walk this year at Holiday Park in the city of Fort Lauderdale on a 3.1-mile course. Enjoy pre- and post-race music, food, and beverages from sponsors and vendors. The race will be professionally timed by split-second timing, so no cheating. Awards will be age-based categories for overall male, female, and non-binary winners. Every participant receives a medal. Event number 6, Rainbow 5K says, get running, April 24th, the gay agenda. What do we love about this?
I love that they have a non-binary award category.
I love that too.
That's super inclusive and important. I think
Yeah,
that's awesome.
yes. You know, I think that our non-binary brothers and sisters, I think that, you know, our non-binary folks from the LGBTQ plus community aren't usually represented like that. They're not, it's not a focus like, hey, you know, by the way, you know, you're part of us. And I think that there needs to be more light on the non-binary community for sure.
More representation.
More representation, because it also teaches the rest of us, you know, it teaches us about proper pronouns. It teaches us about the proper questions to ask. We want to be as inclusive as possible. So I think that's a great point. I love that you can run or walk, because my big ass ain't running nowhere, you know, and like 5K, that sounds like really far. How long is 5K?
5K is 3.1 miles.
So why don't they say 3.1 miles instead of saying 5K? Just to mess with my head, just because they know that, like, you know, I have ADD and ADHD and too many things happen up here.
I mean, K is metric.
Okay.
And
the U.S. doesn't use that.
yeah,
Because we're the U.S.
we're
Got
different.
it.
We're different. We're not like other girls here.
Got it. We're not. Got it. One thing about this, though, is that they're going to give out awards to everybody who runs and walks. No, only give awards to the winners.
You don't want a consolation
No,
prize?
no. When you were a kid and like I won and like you came in 5th and you got the same little trophy as me, no.
Did it cheapen your medal?
It did.
It cheapened your medal. We
It
don't
did.
want
So
that.
I went to the other person and took their prize and threw it on the floor.
That you showed them.
I told you, I'm a reformed bully. Like, I've come such a long way, folks. You have no idea. The pretty little
picture you
princess
doing
sweetie
that.
that I am now was not the person I was then. Understand that I'm 6 feet tall, and at 11, I was already 6 feet tall, okay? So there was only one way to go. I couldn't play basketball. I decided to become a bully.
Well, I'm glad I met you now that you're not a bully anymore.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Don't be a bully.
I'm sensitive.
Don't be
I
a
don't want to
bully.
get my feelings hurt.
Look, and better yet, think of it this way. Bullies out there, the people that you bully end up looking like this. And it comes back to bite you in the butt, okay? Yeah. And then that's when you lose all your hair, and then you are wondering if you should go bald. You see what happens? All right, okay. Well, it's what we will all be talking about this week and the events we want to attend. I got to thank my boy, my friend, my love, Mr. Damian Lenore. I love the texts and the emails and the messages on Facebook that I get that people are like, does he really look that way in the morning? And I'm like, yeah, how about me? How about how I look in the morning? No one cares that, you know, like, and then like, I think it was like Chuck, hi Chuck. And then he was just like, oh, do you look like that in the morning? Yes, with earrings and everything. That's how I look.
Just like that. You were allowed about looking like that.
Yeah, right, I wish. Oh well. But thank you very much, Damien, for getting up early with me and the FayWhat Show. And remember to make sure to follow him on Instagram at Return of Babylon. I know how hard it is for you in the morning because gay boys sleep late. What do you got going on this weekend?
So I'm working an event in Miami with Black Market called Kirbycon. And
Ooh.
it is a anime themed festival with drag and burlesque and performances and vendors, and it's going to be absolutely.
I love Black
fierce
Market.
and awesome.
I love it. They always have great drag queens there as well. I love that. So, and then on Saturday, after you go to the pool party and fix all your tan lines, you have a gig at night too? You're somewhere. Follow him on Instagram and he'll post about it.
Hopefully I'll be in bed. Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Damien, puppy. See you
Of course,
soon.
thank you. I know the coffee gets better every week.
Yes, it
You're
does.
wonderful.
I try. The FayWhat show is filmed at our permanent set at the Happening Out television studios on the campus of Sunshine Cathedral, the world's largest queer church. Happening Out broadcast live Sunday services every week at 10:30 a.m. as part of that partnership. Sunshine Cathedral is my queer church. Watch this.
I'm Michael Reardon, the Director of Marketing for Compass Community Center, and Sunshine Cathedral is my queer church.
Is our community important to you? If it is, I hope you will share this experience. Please like the FayWhat show on YouTube or Facebook. And huge news, huge! You should be watching this, the FayWhat show and gorgeous Damien Lenore on the biggest screen you got on broadcast television. In addition to social media platforms, you can tune in on Roku, Apple TV, Google TV, or Amazon Fire TV. I want you to support me in this endeavor. If you go to Roku and you go to search and you type in Happening Out, all our shows are gonna pop up right there. And then you'll see my face. Yeah. Next up is my guest, my special guest, Grace Lopez. Grace runs the amazing charity organization called Women for Paws that is right here, part of my heart. They provide financial support to individuals who are struggling financially due to an unexpected hardship or illness to pay for their pets' immediate needs. She's also a successful businesswoman and is the chief executive officer and founder of the proprietary consulting and recruiting agency I Manage Law Firms, LLC. Welcome, Grace, to the FayWhat show. So I finally have you in bed, and both our wives know about this.
This is unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
Oh, thank
I'm
you.
a married woman.
And so am I.
Good.
Happily, actually.
I know, me too.
That's
what's
that's
amazing.
surprising.
That's amazing about being in bed together.
And I love your wife.
And I love your wife.
I
I genuinely do.
Yeah,
I
all
mean-
four of us in bed might be a good. Okay. Let me not get into it. I see the road that I'm going. Jesus, FayWhat. All right. Let's talk about all things Grace Lopez. I'm so happy to have you in bed. I'm so happy to finally, I know that you have a crazy schedule, so thank you for making time to be on the FayWhat show. Your organization, Women for Paws, their reason for existing is something that like helps me breathe day and night, so it was so important to get you on the show to talk about it. So let's talk Fur Babies and Women for Paws, Inc., okay? Tell me more about the organization and what it does.
Well, Women for Paws, I'm passionate, as you know, as you are, about animals.
You are this close to having a ranch with all the dogs that you've got going on.
It's always been a dream of mine. As a matter of fact, when I was a child, I was raised in Cuba. I was born in Cuba. My first animal, my first pet was a pony. I kid you not.
Wow.
I had a horse as a first pet.
That's starting off
And
big,
from
Grace.
that
I had a
point-
cockroach and you had a pony to start off with. I'm from the hood in Jersey. What do you expect?
So from that point on, my mother always said, a child should always have a pet, always, to teach responsibilities, a purpose, in life, to make sure you serve them, care for them. And that always stuck to me. But aside from that, I just love animals. I walk into a room and they come to me. Children and animals, they just come to me. Women too, but mostly animals. But anyway, so I founded Women for Paws in 2010. And the reason I founded Women for Paws was because I was a volunteer at the Susan G. Komen Breast Cancer Foundation.
Yes, love you guys.
In 2009, I was the president for the South Florida chapter, and I saw how many women went through these struggles after chemotherapy. They couldn't bend down, they couldn't feed their animals, they couldn't walk their animals, they couldn't care for their animals. So I felt that if I created an organization that can provide financial support to these individuals during the time that they were going through treatment, so they wouldn't have to lose their pets to shelters or, friends that said they were going to take care of them, but they really didn't.
Yeah.
And if I can provide that financial support, those pets would not end up in shelters. So that became a dream come true 10 years later. And the reason I waited 10 years is because I didn't have the time, I didn't have the resources. And
Well, you've been such a huge advocate for our community for so many years. You worked you worked with Aqua Foundation and many other foundations before then. I mean,
Yes.
you wake up and think LGBTQ plus. Like while you're brushing your teeth, you're like, what can I do for my community today? So
I
of
do
course,
actually.
do you?
Yes, I really do. As a matter of fact, I am looking at a component of connecting Women for Paws with LGBTQ paw parents. And I want to do something. I definitely don't want to leave that community behind.
No, of course
just
not.
because, I'm no longer with Aqua. I want to make sure that the community knows I still am here for you, and I want to provide support. So if a lot of, we don't have children, a lot of us don't have children.
yeah.
We have
Pets.
dogs and cats and such.
And they are our family. They are
Exactly.
not a
Exactly.
pet. They're not a piece of property. At least that's not how we feel. And I know that's not how many of you feel either.
Exactly.
They are our children.
No, they're my children. As a matter of fact, that's how I met my wife. My wife is a tax lawyer, estate planning lawyer, and I needed a pet trust. And the rest is history. I still
What
don't
is
have
a pet trust? What is a pet trust?
Well, when you don't have family, I don't have family. And I needed my pets to be protected and my assets and my money to go to my pets in case something should happen to me.
Okay.
So a pet trust is like an estate planning for humans, but for a dog, a cat. That's why you hear in the news some
Like
of
those
these
crazy stories with the ladies.
$20 million.
that leave
I
to
don't
a
have
cat.
$20 million, but I have, means, and I
Yeah.
wanted my pets to be taken care of, so I needed a pet trust. I still don't have a pet trust, but I did
But you
marry
got
the
the
lawyer.
wife. No pet trust, but she's got a hot wife. You got to balance out,
But anyway, so my pets are protected, but on a serious note, I do recommend that all those that do not have family, or even if you do have a family, that you do take care of your pets and that you protect them by making sure that they're part of your trust, of your estate planning. There is such thing, it's called pet trust, look it up. And
Yeah.
just to make sure, it's exactly what I'm doing with Women for Paws for protecting other people's animals, but you do it for your own animal,
No,
in case you get sick.
And it's important because, that I, Face for Family is my boarding and pet company, but we also do rescues and we're constantly rescuing pets. And during COVID, it was very difficult. But one of the things that constantly happened was just, like you said, was someone passing away and then the pet had nowhere to go, and, in a lot of instances, a son or a daughter will take the pet, but in a lot of instances, the son or the daughter have no interest in the pet and the pet is left.
true.
Some people don't know how important the particular pet was to their parent. The sons and daughters who do, I've seen a lot of them keep the pets, but with the pet estate, with the pet trust, then for sure something happens to you, there's money allocated, there's a person allocated to make sure that your pet is fine for the rest of their days. That's so important to me.
Exactly, and that just happened to me about 5 months ago. There was this older lady in her 90s that passed away, and the family came to me and said, I have these two beautiful cats, and they're inside the home, and we have removed all the furniture from the home, which is the wrong thing to do after somebody passes away. Don't remove furniture, from your pets until you are able to find them a foster
rehome
home
them,
first.
yeah.
Because that's going to be a very difficult, transition. So I took care of these cats. I fostered them in my own home for 6 weeks until I was able to find a rescue to take care of them. They're beautiful, they're gorgeous cats, but regardless of how they look, every pet deserves a chance.
Of course.
And you're right, when somebody dies, the first thing that family members do, especially if they don't like animals, they open the door.
Oh, God,
And out they go.
Grace, no.
They,
Ugh.
it happens all the time, every
That's
single
awful.
day. Says, oh, well, the cat escaped, or if there's people taking care of them.
Or they don't think about pets like we do. They think of them as a piece of property that you just picked up.
So that's why I feel where Women for Paws comes into play is that if you give people the money there's a completely different outlook
Yeah.
on taking care of those animals for
Completely.
someone else.
Completely. And, I have to tell you that, as you know my journey with breast cancer, that I just celebrated a year cancer-free. I've got to say that yes, I was in much better circumstances than many people that go through cancer, and I don't take that lightly. I thank God every freaking day for that. But I also got through it a little easier with my pets. I can't imagine going through that time after getting a double mastectomy or after going through chemo, after going through radiation, that you're exhausted and tired and fatigued and you're losing your hair and you don't want to eat and you feel gross. I can't imagine going through any of that without having my pet
That's exactly
next to me. And those women for Paws, those women that you're helping won't have to.
That's right.
I'm getting chills and I don't want to cry because I could imagine somebody saying, okay, I gotta take my dog to the shelter because I won't be able to walk him, because I won't be able to feed him, because my insurance has a horrible co-payment on my chemo and I don't have money to feed my dogs
That's
now.
right. That's right.
And now you come in and save the day.
Yes, and what's amazing is that there's no other organization in the United States that does this.
Why?
I don't know, and I hope it's not going to be the last, but I did a lot of research on this, and I'm like, why aren't there more organizations dedicated to helping individuals, right? It's not a rescue, it's not a shelter, we're not a rescue, we're not a shelter. We provide financial support, we write the check, we do fundraising to write the check for these individuals to take care of pets. So for me, my treatment, you mentioned something very dear to my heart, breast cancer. I'm not a survivor, but I'm a huge advocate.
Yes,
I
you
served on the Susan G. Komen for 9.5 years, and I advocate for women with breast cancer, and I will for my entire life. But I can tell you that if I had something very wrong with me, part of my treatment will be my dog. That would be part of me feeling my puppies and my dogs and that morning lick and kiss and whatever they do with me because I'm their slaves. I call myself a nanny sometimes. That's my treatment. And for these individuals to wake up after treatment and not be able to see or feel their pet breaks my heart.
Yes, it really does. I mean, dogs, cats, turtles, whatever it is, they really do help you. They're therapy souls. They really are, Oh, and there's my phone. See, live TV.
Is that your alarm?
That's the alarm to make sure that my dogs are fed.
Okay,
You see?
good. Was that on purpose because I was here? Women for Paws because I was going to check?
Maybe because you were going to check that I made sure to take care of my dogs. Maybe because you are that anal that way.
I am. I'm a helicopter mom, by the way.
You are
I
a
am.
helicopter fur mom.
Yes, I really am. And I wear the label proudly.
I love that. Yeah, me too, though. I could see
I'm a
it.
caretaker.
I love that. You're a nurturer.
I am.
Like, de corazón. You really
Oh,
are.
Everything
Like,
I do.
I went to a dinner party at Grace's house once, and it was like, there was like 15 Graces. And by what I mean is that like every time you turned around, she was there. You want something? Do you need something? Can I get you something? Blah, blah, blah. Oh, the bathroom's over there. Have you said hi to this person? Oh, did you meet this person? I was like, wow, Grace is everywhere. Like, and I love that about you.
I love to entertain, but more importantly than entertaining, I love to welcome people into my home. But probably something you don't know, I only welcome genuine people.
I thought you were going to say you only welcome hot people. I was like, yeah.
Hot people? No, not so much. Genuine.
How do you know somebody's genuine?
I can read 'em.
Because dogs.
I can read 'em.
Dogs are asshole whisperers. Okay,
Yes, they
I'm
are.
a firm believer that dogs are. Like it's just one of those things where I take care of many dogs, and a dog will be super sweet with me, and then be super sweet with my friends and everywhere, and I'll take them somewhere, and they'll bite somebody, and I'm like, okay, maybe that person did something not so nice today, and the dog felt it. You know what I mean?
So it's interesting you say that. Dogs can see your soul. We can't. And beware of your dog when they kind of like back down, back up, they do something weird, they do a different sniff. It may not be an animal lover. You don't have to be an animal lover to be a good person, but that's someone I would not trust.
I love that. And I trust a little less people that don't have pets. That's just me. It's just weird. And pets do look like their owners.
Yeah, mine are kind of crazy with the crazy curly hair, all messy, yeah.
So
Finger brushed.
I love
yeah.
your hair. I love your hair crazy like that.
Thank you for reminding me that I look like my dog, because I do.
We
and
all-
I'm very proud of it.
Well, your dog is hot, and so are you. If a dog can be hot, you know what I mean. So, Grace, on your website, you have a statement that reads that you're committed to animal welfare, right? What exactly does that mean to you?
I will do anything possible within means to save a pet's life. I will fundraise. Most of the time, I write my own check. Women for Paws is 100%.
501c3?
If it's a 501c3, but in addition to that, it doesn't have any operating expenses because I pay all the operating expenses out of my own pocket, out of my personal pocket, and I don't pass it through the organization. So every donation, 100% of the donations, and there are only a few donations, which I'm hoping there are a lot more in the coming months, but I fund everything. So when you give me, and thank you so much, you and Teresa, for your donations and
please.
support. You're amazing. But when you give a donation, it goes directly to the person in need to save that dog's life or cat's.
How many dogs do you think that you've helped thus far?
I think that I have helped. I helped rescue. I'm now partnering with Key Largo. It's called a Marvelous Pet Rescue, which there's so much need there because there's a lot more animals there. But I partner also with Miami-Dade County Animal Services to make sure. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to send some of their clients. They call people that come in to give in their pets. They call them clients. So they're trying to work with me to, after they give them, like they counsel them, like you shouldn't really give in your pet or whatever. They try to send them to me to see if I can write them a check to prolong the life of that pet a little bit longer with them, because if it's a financial need. But how many pets, how many dogs? I think that I have maybe 50.
That's beautiful.
50 since 2021.
That's beautiful. But education is key. Like you
Yes.
hit the nail right on the head. There's many times that I find myself rescuing a pet and I'm mad at the person who did this. How could you leave the dog outside? We live in South Florida, blah, blah, blah. And I would have to say 8 out of 10 times, Grace, the person doesn't know. The person is uneducated, did not grow up with animals, thinks of an animal that the animal could just be outside with no food or water. You laugh, but it's very true. Because you've probably encountered.
I'm laughing because I'm such an animal lover that I used to go to Lincoln Road and walk in the middle of the day, on a weekend and such. And every time I would see these tiny animals or big animals, big dogs or whatever, and they would go like this, their paws would be like this.
'Cause it's hot.
And so I would go like this to the pet owner and say, excuse me. And I would normally be in sandals. I would take my foot off my sandal. I said, can you touch how hot this is? Your dog cannot be walking in the sun for this long. You have to be mindful of your dog's needs. They would look at me. I'm surprised they didn't, punch me or something. I don't care. When it comes to animals,
You'll do whatever.
I will do whatever.
Yeah.
I'm going to be in your face. If you mistreat an animal, I'm going to be in your face, and I will turn you in. I don't care who you are. And I became an advocate. It was all about the welfare. It was always about the animal.
But the education is key, though,
Yes.
Grace, because there are some people that you would have
Yes.
said, okay, yeah, the floor is hot, and they wouldn't have even thought that the floor would be hot,
And I still do that.
And you still do that. And they're like, this crazy Latina lady came up to me on South Beach and told me that my dog's paws were going to be burning,
To feel the sidewalk. Feel the sidewalk. I was like, what is wrong with you? Yeah, I do that.
I love that. No, but listen, it's South Florida. It gets really, really hot inside a car. I broke somebody's window once. I'm not ashamed to say it.
See?
Listen, I waited.
These
and
are the board members that I'm looking for. People that
waited.
are not shy about protecting animals.
It's all about the welfare of the children. And the children, the fur children. My babies are my kids. They really are. Last year you had an awesome event where you were blessing the pets. Right?
Yeah, so it was called Blessing of the Animals. It's St. Francis Blessing of the Animals, and it was
So St.
done-
Francis is the saint with all the dogs.
the other dogs and the birds and everything, every surrounding. So I consider myself like the Miss St. Francis of the animals. But we were fortunate enough that Father Tim Carr invited us to All Souls Church in Miami Beach, and the whole ceremony, the whole day, as a matter of fact, I invited our mayor, Daniela Levin-Cava. She came with the Miami-Dade County, the bus for adoptions. It was such I get chills still. It was such a marvelous event. And it was the first of a kind. They had never had this. So everybody brought their animals, their birds. There were people there with birds. They were able to come into church, sit in the pews, hear the whole thing, and it was all about the blessing
With
of the
their
animals.
pet.
With their pets.
Like, when do you get to do that?
No,
When do you
it
get to
was
take your
amazing.
pet to church? Like, you don't
So,
get to do that. That's awesome.
I'm hoping that we can do that again this year.
Awesome.
You know. And I also did a neighborhood Belmead Doggy Parade. It's a Halloween doggy parade, so everybody dresses up their Halloween, you know, for costumes, and they have prizes. And we also signed up Tito's for dog lovers.
Tito's vodka.
Tito's.
Yes, Tito's vodka. That's the best vodka. I don't drink, but when I used to drink, I used to love Tito's. And I loved even more their story and their backing, you know, that they're
The
homegrown and the founders and all of them love dogs. They have dogs in their offices and everything.
Yes, as a matter of fact, they just celebrated their 25th anniversary, and you see all the dogs in the anniversary announcement.
Oh.
I mean, tons of them. So, you know, we were very fortunate to have their support, so we created, you know, a fundraiser, and we were very successful.
Awesome.
And I plan to do a lot more.
That was my next question. So we'll be looking out for events this year for
Yes.
sure. How can someone donate to Women for Paws?
So you can go to womenforpaws.org/donate. And you
Perfect.
can make a donation. It will go directly to us. 100% of donations will go directly to individuals that need financial support for their animals. We were also blessed last year with Give Miami Day. The Miami Foundation granted Women for Paws the Give Miami Day, so we were able to raise $7,000.
Oh my God, that's fantastic.
Yeah, and there were beautiful people in that organization that love animals, you know, anonymously, you know, they donated, and every little bit helps. You know, sometimes these medical treatments are a lot of money.
And for a long time sometimes.
I'm trying to be a little bit more conservative so I can have greater impact, but my goal is to have like really meaningful donations.
I love that.
One day, so.
I love that. Whatever we can do to help, please let me
Thank
know.
you.
Please make sure that you go and follow Women for Paws,
.org.
.org. Okay, womenforpaws.org. Make a donation. Also, think about what Grace said about, you know, if something happens to you, leaving somebody in charge of your fur baby and making sure that they live out their last years well and good. And, you know, donate to causes that are true to your heart. I mean, this is something that, God, I breathe in and out every single day. And a lot of you dog lovers, I hear from you all the time saying that you love your pets as much as I do. So make sure that you support Women for Paws and that organization. Those are the kinds of organizations that we need to be behind. And, you know, no one's gayer than you. So I know that you're going to figure out a way to incorporate the
Are you
gay
kidding
into
me?
it because, I mean,
I've only been gay since I was 8. And that's a long time ago.
I'm not going to tell you her age, but
No age.
but
I'm ageless.
she's 18. So
I'm
she's been gay
39.
for 10 years. Thank you for being on the FayWhat show, Mama. We will have you back
Thank
in bed
you.
soon.
Thank you,
Yes?
Faye. Absolutely.
All right, so-
Only with you, though.
All right.
In bed with Faye.
I'm on your list. You can tell I'm okay. You can tell your wife that it's okay. That
Absolutely.
it's just
You're
me.
actually the first woman that I've been in bed with since I got married. Wow. What a surprise.
Thank you, Gracie. All right, guys. Thank you for being with us on the FayWhat show. Thank you, Grace. Thank you, Mama. Thank you for being in bed with me. I won't tell your wife. You don't tell mine. So we're going to be bringing you special interviews with interesting people to get your week started on the FayWhat show. Before I finish, I want to tell you what I have been thinking about. We call it Faye, what's on my mind? If I had gay children, you'd all know about it. Yes, another segment of If I Had Gay Children. I would scream it from the highest tweet. So if I have gay children, I'll pray for them. I won't pray for them to be normal. I know that if my children are gay, that is normal. I won't pray that God will heal or change or fix them. I'll pray for God to protect them from the ignorance and hatred and violence that the world will throw at them simply because of who they are and who they love. I'll pray that the universe shields them from those who will despise them and wish them harm, who will curse them to hell and put them through hell without ever knowing them at all. I'll pray that they enjoy life, that they laugh, that they dream, that they feel, that they forgive, and that they love God, humanity, and everyone around them. I'll pray that they never feel alone and always feel part of instead of feeling erased. Above all, I'll pray that my children won't allow the ungodly treatment they might receive from some of his misguided children to keep them from pursuing happiness, joy, and their own happily ever after. Well, that's it. That's the FayWhat show. I am really passionate about trying to connect the L and the G in our community, in our LGBTQ plus community. It's often hard for us girls, but if we believe that we are one strong community, then we must support all the letters of our LGBT and Q+. Nothing like this has been done before. It's why we start with inspirations, like Mary Tyler Moore, and that girl's Marlo Thomas. It's been a tough 2.5 years. So let's be a little bit kinder. Let's be a little bit funnier. And let's embrace our tremendous diversity. It's really what truly makes us so damn strong. Until next time, world, we'll see you next Monday at 9 a.m. live or anytime on demand. I'm FayWhat, and I am #thatgirl. Have a great week. See you next week.
Rainbows, gay boys, #that girl. Sunbeams, drag queens, L-word. Is that girl the girl of all our dreams? She's everything that every girl should be. Aqua, South Beach, #that girl. Pride-filled, tea dance, Wilton. Is that girl Latina but she's you?
So, did you enjoy the show? I know you did. So make sure to click subscribe so you won't miss any of the events, news, or interviews right here on the FayWhat show. Ring the bell at the bottom of the screen, right there, so you'll be alerted every time we're live. You can also click on the Happening Out Television Network logo so you can see all of the shows on the most diverse LGBTQ+ media network. Find out just what we're doing to bring the L and the G together right here on the FayWhat show. Get the week